Hello everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. I am Marshall3498, and today's motovlog is going to be a topic that I usually do once a year, kind of a tribute kind of thing. So it's not really motorcycle related, but it is still a pretty decent vlog that I usually do, just, you know, my thoughts of every year. So some of my loyal subscribers, may still be watching. Anyways, motovlog today is based upon Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. In particular, who the tribute is to is my mother, Mother's Day of the year 2018. Just kind of keep it short and sweet. She knows, my mom knows who she is, and she definitely knows what all I did and didn't do growing up, so to speak. But you know, I had really good parents. I was extremely lucky growing up, both my mom and dad. But my mother is a very passive, down-to-earth, and very kind of emotional person, but a very soft-spoken person at that. She never really had to get mad at me that much growing up, once I got old enough to know any better. Because I knew, you know, what not only my dad, but what she expected of me as a person. Especially, you know, once I got to be 11 or 12 years old, you know, that whole preteen thing that everybody goes through when they think they're grown, but in fact they're really still a kid and stuck where in the middle. But, you know, I never really, there's things I still wanted for, of course. I wasn't spoiled to death, but for the most part, I had a pretty good childhood. I got you know, four-wheelers, jet skis, going out in the boat, stuff like that. Not all of it was mine, of course. It was my mom and dad's, and mine and my brother's as a whole, so to speak, as a family. But my mom is just, I couldn't have asked for a better mother growing up. And even still to this day, if there's anyone I ever needed to call to talk about and talked about anything that's bothering me, maybe some, you know, life advice kind of stuff, she's always there for me no matter what. I could call her in the middle of the night and wake her up out of her sleep, even though she lives like 350 miles away from me, and there was something that was on my mind or something that was wrong, she would be there to help, even though she's that far away at a moment's notice, whether, you know, I was hurt or something like that, or just need somebody to talk to get something off my chest. She's always been there for me, and I've learned a whole lot from her growing up, as far as things that to be a good person meant to be. You know, I have a lot of her in me, but I have some of my dad's male side is me as well. But she just, you know, one of the main things she really taught me, like I said, is just to be a good person and be a person that anybody would be proud of. And I hope growing up and still to this day that I made her proud, and I'll continue to do so. But just can't say enough good things about her. I remember a lot growing up in school. Once I got my learner's permit, not long after I turned 15, I pretty much drove everywhere with her and my dad, but her a lot more because my dad working so much. But I drove, you know, once I had my learner's permit, 20-minute drive in Nashville traffic in Middle Tennessee, driving a 5-speed at that on the interstate, stuff like that. She might have got a little too worried sometimes on my earlier days of driving, but I knew how to drive long before I got my permit, legally anyway. Thanks to my dad on that. But she taught me how to drive, you know, taught me the safer ways how to drive, and till this day, I've had one accident, knock on something, plastic, no wood here to knock on. But till this day, you know, I've only had one accident. It was my fault, and that was just because, you know, I was barely over 16 and driving in the rain like an idiot. So, but, you know, she taught me a lot of life lessons, and some of them I learned the hard way because, you know, typical teenager didn't really listen. But for the most part, like I said, I knew what was expected of me. The main thing that my mom instilled in me, and I try to pass this on to my children also, is one, be a good person, like I said. Two, be a trustworthy person, meaning if you say you're going to be there to help somebody, whether it's help them move, help them out with some mechanic work, or just whatever, go meet up with some friends, or maybe go meet up with some friends to go motorcycle riding with, just whatever. If you say you're going to be there, you better be there, unless you have a good reason, of course, that whole life happens thing. But that, and then just be a trustworthy person. Don't lie over something stupid or whatever, because usually sometimes in life that I've learned, if you're lying about something, it's something that you shouldn't have been doing, whether that's to your parents or to anyone for that matter. Just be a person of your word, be a good person, do the things that I'm not a big religious person, but it's pretty simple. Just the whole golden rule thing, doing to others as you have do unto you, and you follow that for the most part in life, as far as just being around people, so to speak, and interacting with them, and things turn out pretty well for you. That's not always the case, of course. Everybody has their bad moments, but for the most part, it seemed to help me out in life, and I'm on my favorite way to my riding spot, and this car's doing 25, but whatever. They'll move eventually. Yeah, I just can't say enough great things about my mother. She's getting a little older now, and has a few health issues, but she's tough. She's still kicking and fighting the fight every day, and going to work all the time, and working long hours, and being at home with my dad, and helping out around the house, and stuff like that. So she's by no means bedridden or confined to a wheelchair, even though she's in her mid-70s. But like I said, she's tough. She'll fight all the way to the end, I'm sure. But she's an awesome person, and I just can't thank her enough for everything that she's done for me in life. And just to being a good person and being always there for me, and continues to be there to me to this day, and she always will. So for that, Mom, and all that, thank you, and happy Mother's Day to all the Mother's Day happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Coming up just in a couple days in the year of 2018. If you haven't already done so, guys, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. And it'll be motorcycle related, but today's just a tribute, like I said. So thanks again for everybody watching. See ya.